Hey, what's up everyone? Nick Arapquis from SavvyStrength.com and GoFitFormula.com. This is a video that's going to be all about Bruce Lee, his principles, his diet, some example workouts. But if you want to come get the full article that I just wrote, come over to SavvyStrength.com and you can get all the details. But obviously we know who Bruce Lee is, one of the most iconic movie stars and athletes of all times. And he was just extremely strong, quick, powerful, and he had amazing agility. But I think one of the biggest reasons that he was so successful is because of the principles that he lived with and lived by on his workouts and just life in general. So that's what I really want to focus on. I also have a little bit of a diet, a little bit of some example exercises, but I feel like if you can grasp the principles, you can really start internalizing those and apply that to not only your workout, your diet, but just your life in general. So once you kind of have that base structured, then you can go out and get creative and figure out different workouts, different diets, all that type of stuff. So there's essentially 5 principles that Bruce Lee went by. First one is the core is the core. You're talking about the core of your body. So your lower back and your abs, that's your core, obviously. And if you're gonna have a strong body, you're going to be quick, agile, that type of stuff. It all has to come from the root of your abs and your lower back. If you have a strong lower back and abs, then you're going to have a strong rest of your body. If it's weak, then you're going to be injury prone first of all, and then you're probably going to have a weak rest of your body. So it always derives right from the core, and it's always essential to continually work on that every single day. And it's not all just about getting a six-pack, it's about just developing that strength. And something else I want to let you know is that by just doing ab exercises alone, it's not going to get you a six-pack and not going to get you ripped right here. Because the reason that Bruce Lee was so ripped up on his stomach was because he had such a low body fat percentage. So if you want to get that six-pack, then you need to have low body fat. That should be your main goal if you're going after a six-pack. And I want to show you here one of his favorite exercises. You can kind of see it. It's called the dragon flag, and basically this first one, the bigger one, is where he would start, and then the second little one is where he'd finish up. Very difficult exercise, but it was one of his best ones he could do. So the next principle is tension equals control. A lot of people find this counterintuitive almost, and basically what he talks about is having tension always, and no matter what kind of exercise. And just to kind of give you a little bit of example, this is the reason how he was able to do his finger thumb push-ups, because he had that good tension throughout his whole body and had that efficient energy transfer through his entire body by just tensing up his whole body. So when he was doing a push-up, yes, he tensed his chest, but he also tensed his core, his legs, everything, his shoulders, his neck, everything. And when he had that good tension, then he was able to control his body a lot better. And then another thing that kind of ties into that is isotension. Basically what this is, after each and every workout, say as a push-up again, he would come out and contract that muscle. And he would contract the surrounding muscles as well, keeping that tension. When you have more tension for a longer period of time, that's when your muscles are going to grow more. So the fourth principle is lift what you can actually lift. I see this so many times when I'm in the weight room. People are just throwing up weight that is not what they should be lifting. It's too heavy for them, and they're causing bad form. They're just using whatever muscles they can to get that weight up, and they're not keeping that tension. So lift what you can actually lift. Focus on form, and that's going to help you in the long run. And when you continually do that, that's when you're going to get stronger, and then you're going to eventually be able to actually lift that amount of weight. And the last one is recovery. I think this is the one that's overlooked a lot as well. But it's like when you go and lift and you're doing your workouts, it's constantly tearing your muscles. So if you're just constantly tearing your muscles over and over and over and over, it never gives them time to actually recover and rebuild up and get stronger. So take days off. And there's a few other things that I want to talk about is, in addition to taking days off, get the proper amount of sleep, but also cross-train. And basically what that means is just do different exercises. Get a good variety of exercise. Maybe that's weight training one day, maybe that's swimming the next day, maybe it's running the next day, then come back to weight training, and just keep mixing things up so your body has to continually catch up with you and continually work so it can get more agile, more strength, more quickness, all that type of stuff. Okay, and then also use supplementation. It's just going to exponentially increase your results. And Bruce Lee, he used a lot of protein. Okay, I would strongly recommend that. So to get more into his actual diet, basically he used a lot of supplements, like I talked about, protein. He also used supplements like ginseng, royal jelly, and he had a lot of vitamins as well. So in terms of diet, he would eat around 4 to 5 times a day, and basically it was pretty simple. He just ate a lot of Chinese food. He got away with this because it focused on carbohydrates from the rice and vegetables, which Western culture food he really stayed away from, in addition to coffee, because it was more focused on the proteins and fats. Okay, and then he also drank tea as well. So as you can imagine, he trained a lot on martial arts, kind of developed this new one that he called Jeet Kune Do, and basically it's a style that doesn't have a style. It's kind of just like a spur of the moment type thing, so you're ready for anything and everything at a moment's notice. So I'll let you kind of come in here and check out all the exercises, and then weight training as well. I put together a few example exercises of weight training and some ab exercises in addition to the dragon flag, and then kind of a 6-day program. So come in here and check it out. I'll let you kind of go through it and discover what you want to do. But basically, I want to talk about his success again. And I researched so many successful people, and there's something that just is consistent with all of them, is that they're really a student. And Bruce Lee was, one of the best students. And I'm not talking about, like a school student. Being a student of his craft, okay? He was always looking to get better. He was always looking to grow and do the better thing and get quicker, get better, and just improve on a daily basis. And I have a strong, firm grasp on what I think is that you either get better on a daily basis or you get worse on a daily basis. You're either growing on a daily basis or you're shrinking on a daily basis, okay? So you never really stay neutral, okay? You're either going up or you're going down. So if you're in a student mindset, you're going to be continually growing, continually moving forward, and continually getting better, okay? So let's take some advice from Bruce Lee, and let's continually get better. Let's continually look for more, better ways to do things, and just be the best version of yourself. Okay, so that's really the article. Feel free to come and check it out, savvystrength.com. If you want to learn our newest, latest, and best training, go to gofitformula.com. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe, because we're going to come out with a lot more videos like this one, a lot more videos on nutrition, exercises, workouts, all that type of stuff. So if you subscribe, you'll get notified right away. But other than that, just leave a comment below if you have any questions, or you just want to let me know what you thought about this video. Make sure and hit us up on all the social medias. That all stuff will be, the links will be below this video in the video description. But again, thanks for watching this video. We'll talk to you soon.